what's up you guys, Aftershow Reaction. Today I'm going to be reacting to some more Arrow. This is season 7 episode 20. Wow, okay, well if you think about it this way, okay, I'm gonna blow some people's minds, okay? So this is episode 20. After today we have 2 more episodes of this season, okay? Hang on. Hang on. And season 8 has 10 episodes. So, that means that we have 12 episodes left of Arrow. 12 after this. That's wild, man. That's wild. How are you feeling about getting close to the end? Alright, let's go over some of the comments, shall we? John's stepfather's last name is Stewart, meaning if John had taken his stepfather's name, he would have been named John Stewart. That name sounds familiar. In Brightest Day and Blackest Night, the actor playing John's stepfather is a Ghostbuster. Oh, really? Well, this I gotta check out. I watched the first, I reacted to the first Ghostbuster film. I gotta check this shit out. I don't believe you. Movie reactions? It's taking ages to load. There's no way that he's a Ghostbuster. I don't believe it. I don't know why I don't believe it. Well, he's not one of the 3. Is he the guy that... Oh my god. Is that him? Is that the guy? Oh, that is him! He's like the token black character in it. That's sad to say. I'm glad we've moved past that kind of thing. Kind of. Right. Also, I picked up on the whole, like, Green Lantern thing. Earth 90, Barry said in Elseworlds that John was missing his ring on this Earth. Now his stepfather is General Stewart. When John was talking to Ollie about his birth father and that Stewart abandoned him, he said that the first rule of the Corps, he meant the Marine Corps, but in my book, it's still Green Lantern Easter egg. Fair enough. I just love how the show embraced the fan theories about Dig being John Stewart and started to pour more fuel into the fire. I mean, yeah, on one hand, I think that's kind of cool, but also, like, wasn't the character of John Diggle, like, created on the show and then written into the comics? Like, having him just be, like, an amalgamation? I don't know. And end up just being, like, John Stewart and a Green Lantern kind of, I don't know, doesn't that kind of ruin the character that this show created? It kind of, like, kind of, like, merges his character into an already established character. And, like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, Green Lantern's shit is really cool, don't get me wrong, and I like the idea behind it, but then it kind of, like, but also it kind of, like, a part of me just feels like it it destroys an original creation that the show created, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? About Oliver not knowing, he maybe did a background check, maybe saw a bunch of classified / redacted / sealed military files, saw that both Dig and his brother served, and just assumed that it's a military family and didn't dig much deeper. I don't know about that. I feel like he would probably dig entirely, because he said he did a full background check, I remember that. He also wasn't a Felicity level hacker, but that doesn't mean that, I mean, he still was good with computers. Like, we saw that in the first season, before, like, he relied on Felicity for a lot of the stuff. Maybe he couldn't crack the files, and by halfway through the first season, John already proved himself as a friend and a partner. There's no real reason to ask Felicity to declassify military files when she joined the team closer to the end of the season, as he already trusted John. You know, I don't know. I don't buy what you've just said there. Sorry. I think it's just like an oversight of the writers. Honestly, I feel like maybe you're just trying to explain it away. Because I do remember I remember him saying that. It was like a plot point from last season, I believe. No, maybe it was when he was revealing his identity in season 5. I don't know. Look, I don't know. Look, sometimes writers make mistakes and it's fine. Like, as long as they don't do it consistently, because then I have issue with that. But, I mean, I think it was just an oversight. So first we have baby John instead of baby Sarah. And now Connor Hawke, who was first born as JJ in Legends of Tomorrow and named himself Connor Hawke, is now Diggle's adopted son, and someone else is JJ who leads the Deathstrokes. So now JJ and Connor are not the same person anymore. Interesting what Barry can do to Diggle with time travel. That's just honestly so confusing. Why did the writers go, yes, let's do this, let's make this really confusing? Just like, why? Like, I don't understand. Just like, why? Why make it overly complicated? To be fair, Connor Hawke in the Legends episode wasn't part of pre-Flashpoint timeline. He was part of a timeline where Sarah and the rest of the Legends never came back to the present, seeing as the Legends have returned many times during crossovers and the end and beginning of the seasons, that Star City would have been a different timeline. That's true, but like, I'm just saying, like, why make it overly complicated? I don't get it. Yes, in Star City, criminals exchange secret information on Etch sketches. Look, I'm not saying that everything that comes out of my mouth makes sense. I'm just saying it looked like an Etch-a-Sketch for a second, okay? This way, when caught, they can just shake away the evidence. Oh my god! That's like brilliant! That is brilliant! That's like the best way to do things! You know, if I was a villain in this universe, that's the technique I'd use. How about you? Again, Ernie Hudson pops up. He played Diggle's stepfather. He was also in Once Upon a Time as Poseidon. And, oh! You know what? You're right. And he was also in Ghostbusters. Yes, I said that before. In the comics, Hal Jordan and Oliver Queen were best friends. So with the Arrow show making Diggle as a close best friend to Oliver, had throughout him being black, a former military man, and his name being John, it seemed inevitable that the fans were going to start theorizing that Jon Stewart in mind. Don't know if it was ever the showrunner's original intention, but clearly this episode was them throwing the fans a bow to chew on. Yeah. Will Magnus is a name from the comics with ties to Doom Patrol and in particular a group called the Metal Men. not an especially well-known character in the wider multimedia franchise of DC, but he did have a major role in an animated DC movie that I feel is underrated, Justice League Gods and Monsters. I used to watch all of the cartoon Justice, like cartoon DC movies, until I watched, what was it? Yeah. Until I watched the Batman The Killing Joke film. And what they did with Batman and Barbara Gordon in that movie was enough to turn me off the movies. If you've seen it, you understand what I'm talking about, but yeah. Funny, I would have thought that when Felicity was disarmed, you would have said, I thought Laurel would have taught you better, instead of Oliver, but then I suppose that would imply that Laurel was a bad teacher, and I'm guessing that saying such things is frowned upon on this channel. I mean, it's fine if you don't like Laurel, but I'm just saying you're wrong. No, I assume that she would have been trained by Oliver in some capacity at this point. Or she would have picked up on some things. You got a point that Oliver probably should have known about Diggle's stepfather if he did a background check. But that was back in season 1, and at this point, it probably gets harder and harder to keep continuity straight when trying to introduce new elements for new storylines. I agree. I think it was just an oversight. But, anyways, let's get into the episode.
Is there something else you'd like to talk to me about?
No. Have a good trip.
When Emiko
Okay.
realizes that Dante has been
Said
manipulating
invoice,
her,
Malcolm
it will
Mellon.
drive.
Did Malcolm make
just
the
received confirmation
thing go
of two
down?
fatalities here at the Hudolin McGuire Metro Station.
And she just knew about it?
SCPD
I don't
have
understand.
cordoned off the area, but the community
Was that
is very
revealed before?
concerned.
I don't.
Rumors are already flying as to
I don't
who
know.
might be.
We have to wait for the official ME report, but it seems obvious. Blunt force trauma.
Say they got off a few rounds before they went down. Did they hit anything?
Nothing alive.
We've got 2 dead guards and one hell of a mess. Your team was on site. I think you better start talking.
Oh, is this a 24 hours before episode? I learnt the name of this, but I can't remember now.
Why didn't you inform the SCPD?
Because the Ninth Circle is just a little bit beyond the SCPD officer.
The SCPD
Yeah, but you guys are
partnership works best when we operate as a covert unit.
Doesn't seem so.
deputized.
We usually
The
kept
whole
aware
point
of what's
of
going on, but
it
I did
was
not
that
know
you
about
weren't
this.
back to being a vigilante.
Please tell me the news that you are bringing is about Emiko and her Ninth Circle.
It is one of
because
those
I have
episodes.
No luck with my typey type finding anything thing.
Oh, well, you're in luck now. Dante, not so much.
It's into the
cops found his
flashbacks.
body this
I hang back with Felicity and help her with the typey type.
That's okay.
Moral support.
Okay.
Why?
We hired over a dozen of the world's best hackers and thieves to try to break into our facility. None made it
And
past the front entrance.
did you
Mr.
get
Toth,
Felicity? Because
we're simply offering to help you. What possible reason could you have for turning us down?
some fucking cat that keeps
Well, I appreciate your
fucking
concern,
meowing,
but we
getting
got
it
this
on or
covered.
something.
5 months ago, you were sitting in a cell in Slabside. You're not exactly innocent.
Enjoying yourself? You having a good time?
You've had it out for me since the moment that I was deputized by the SCPD.
You know, those
I-
guards were not just killed all over.
Is this
They
not
were
his first
savagely
episode that he's
beaten
been
to
in?
death. Except it wasn't just your team who was there, was it? There was somebody else there. Somebody besides Mr. Diggle, Miss Smoke, and Mr. Ramirez.
We thought the Ninth Circle was gonna wipe out Star City. So I made a call.
But like, why? Why now?
You can't be serious.
Tonight's security footage from Hudolin McGuire subway station mysteriously disappeared. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Nope. Nothing. Zilch. Nada.
We traced Harper's whereabouts after he faked his death in prison to get Oliver Queen off the hook, and his trail went cold in March of last year.
Oh, you mean when Ricardo Diaz kidnapped Roy to turn him against Oliver? You might have forgotten about that since you weren't exactly on speaking terms with Oliver and I at the time.
It still doesn't explain.
Roy!
Looks like.
The Arsenal. Nice to finally meet you.
You too. Thanks for keeping watch. The Blades can use as many heroes as you can get.
Welcome back.
Especially now that I've seen him in like Teen Wolf,
good.
he looks so different.
I think
And I know we've seen him in
Last I spoke
future
with her, she
parts.
says you were
but-
zeroing in on.
We thought it was weird that the CEO of Aerodyne wasn't going to let us protect it from the Ninth Circle, so we did some digging.
and found that Jason Toth was dirty. Oliver told us.
We knew good old Jason would be looking for members of the
Did you just call him
TGA, and when
Jason
he was found
Todd?
with a vigilante-like set of skills. Voila, Roy Harper.
Because that's
Billy's an
Robin.
actor, no joke.
Where did we go?
So far, so good.
Control panels on the other
So,
side of the fan.
I thought his suit got altered
I gotta get higher.
for Thea. So, is this another suit that they created for him? Jesus.
Just like that piece of cake. Oh, which actually sounds so good right now. Do you guys have any cake or cupcakes?
Just
or
eating
anything?
all the time.
Cake.
Good boy.
Can I maybe get a pizza? Just a personal size is fine.
No, I think you've abused your food privileges enough for today.
Okay.
She's
me what
eating for
happened.
two.
We stopped the Night Circle from terrorizing the
But you
city
don't know
and
that.
stopped.
She really shouldn't be on these missions.
This thing is a
She's
fossil.
pregnant.
Not in the fun
Just
ice age
saying.
way.
Did you have any indication those guards were still on site?
No, I didn't see those guards or any guards.
Okay, she's lying.
Can you account for his whereabouts between the time he left you and the time those guards were killed?
Guys, the vents are shut down. Please tell me that you had the device. He was keeping me safe.
That wasn't the question.
Felicity, do you know where Roy was when those guards were killed?
No, I don't.
So is that why you came back to Star City, Roy? To steal the device from Aradine?
I came back to help prevent Emiko from stealing it. Those guys in the hoods jumped me. After I took out the first one, they just kept coming.
Come on, boy. Let's go.
I tried to fight back, but there were just too many of them. When I came to, you all were on the scene, and the guards, they were already dead.
It's rather convenient, don't you think? You being unconscious at the same time two men are brutally murdered?
Wait, you think I did it?
Dinah, stop
I am
being
on the only
rude,
side that
please.
matters. Well, you're very quick to defend Roy. What about yourself?
Why are you asking me if I killed those guards?
It certainly doesn't help that you have blood on your sleeve.
Well, maybe you
Walk
made
us through
someone
what happened
bleed.
after you arrived.
Like, maybe you punched him in the nose and
Or the
blood
two
got there.
possible.
Emiko, I got her.
Renee.
She's mine. Go secure the device.
So that's when you and Renee split up.
Renee was right. The device was a priority. I was headed for the ventilation shaft and
I feel like a lot of people have died in these situations and they've never been questioned about this stuff.
I ran toward the source as fast as I could. But I was too late.
What about Mr. Ramirez? Where was he during all of this?
John, tell us what you saw.
I don't see Renee doing it either. I mean, Renee uses the gun. But there's no way he'd do that when he's got like a daughter.
Because you've been looking for any excuse not to trust me this whole year.
That's because you have given me every reason not to. How many times have I warned you about Emiko? I told you she wasn't trustworthy. You refused to listen. Well, now she ends up on the scene of
Well,
an
I mean, he
attempted
knows
terrorist
now.
attack.
When I first met Emiko, avenging her mother's death and helping the Glades were the only things that mattered to her.
Right, except she was lying.
Then why did she kill Dante?
Why was she protecting the
She did. I
town?
mean, she turned on
The
a
city,
member
sorry.
of the Ninth Circle for her mother. That tells me that family means more to her. Maybe she's doing all of this because of what your father did to her. That if not for her upbringing, she'd be fighting with us instead of against us.
A big part of me thinks about that. All the time. At a certain point, Renee, people need to take responsibility for their actions.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything I told you tonight is the truth.
Then why did we find your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Because he probably
What were you doing with it,
dumbassery
Mike?
picked it
I
up.
didn't do anything.
That's getting harder and harder to believe.
And did you catch up to her?
No.
Yes, you did.
Emiko, it's not too late.
Why are you
Let me help
lying?
I don't need your help.
Your mother will hate what you've become. I was still searching for Emiko when I heard the gunshots. Someone else got to the platform before I did.
Why? Why would you even pick it up? Why? Just like, why would you even pick it up?
I was still in the ventilation room when I heard the gunshots.
So how did you get there first then?
When I got there, Killer was standing over them. They were gone. Emiko killed those guards.
Why was that so hard to tell him? I think we didn't see it actually.
Go. I don't know. Something doesn't feel right.
We don't have
Yeah,
enough
because we
evidence
didn't
to keep
see
him
it.
here. As far as the SCPD is concerned, Emiko is the one who killed those guards.
And you know that.
You all are very, very good liars.
So are you, D.
Who
We know that this
did it
wasn't
then?
easy for you.
What?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you were there. Was it you, Dinah? Kidding. I don't know why it would be Dinah. Ah, you were helping Oliver. What the hell? How do you get knocked out by them and be like, okay?
Vigilante attack in progress. Julian McGuire, Metro Station.
Why? What the hell? But like, why? I did not see that come. Why? You want freaking Mirakuru again? Yeah, you dumbass. Ugh. I didn't have any theories on who it was, to be honest, but I didn't think it was Roy. Oh my god, look at his face. He's like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Why? What? Why? I don't understand.
Roy is not a part of this team. He's been gone for months doing who knows what.
How dare you?
You don't know what he's been through.
Roy
is and
was
always will
this
be
team.
Much a part of this team as the rest of us.
He was here way before you, so he is just like, sorry, but like, I'm just like, OG Team Arrow with Roy is my Team Arrow.
Might actually be a good time to ask Roy what happened.
How have we not asked him yet?
That was Mirakuru.
No.
It wasn't?
How'd you die?
How'd you know?
You, Thea, and Nissa left here over a year ago in search of Lazarus Pits, and I have not seen bloodlust like that since.
Oh my god! I didn't. He died? Oh my god! Like, what a twist! I like it.
I don't really remember a lot after, except for seeing Nissa and Thea destroy the pit.
The one they used to bring you back.
Yeah. Nissa had the Lotus Elixir. She and Thea thought that we could control the bloodlust, and we did.
Until you didn't.
I'm surprised Nissa was okay with this.
I never asked you to cover for me. I didn't want you to.
You never have to ask me. Ever.
Oh, hey, Dinah. Thank you for wiping that security camera footage. I could not get there before the cops did.
I thought that was you.
This is over.
This looks like the
Right now, Sergeant Bingsley
precinct,
is
but
receiving
it's
an anonymous
abandoned.
gift delivered to his office. The missing security footage from the metro station.
That's a really clean ass window.
For you to suffer the way I suffered. I had the chance to warn our father about the Gambit. I let our father die because he didn't deserve to live. And neither do you.
You don't even know him.
Oliver, do you read me? Does anybody copy? Oliver, come in. John, come in. Oliver, come in.
Oh no. Alrighty, well that was Arrow, Season 7, Episode 20. I actually really enjoyed that episode. I really enjoyed the narrative of like them slowly explaining the story of what happened. I think my favorite way to do like a 24 hours story is like from different perspectives, and they kind of did that here. Not the way that I like it the best, but it was still good. I really like the fact that, you know, Roy was back. I know we've seen him in the future sequences and stuff, but we haven't seen him in, you know, present day. Actually, there was actually a comment on YouTube that was like, I look at the future segments as the present day, and the Green Arrow segments, like the show that we've been watching, as like flashbacks now. And I'm like, that's so bizarre. But yeah, I thought the twist about Roy dying and him having bloodlust, that was great. I did not expect that. Like, I guess, like, I probably would have just assumed that it was Emiko. But oh my god, I really didn't think, like, I wouldn't have guessed that he died. And the fact that they've brought back Bloodlust and, like, the Lazarus Pit, like, I really like that, because that was, like, a big aspect of the show, once upon a time, and, now we brought it back a bit, and I don't know, I would rate this one. It was pretty decent, and I like that, you know, we all backed up Roy, despite the fact that a lot of them don't really know him. Yeah, that was good. What did you guys think? I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.